I would like to present you a stop loss reducing alternative. So you heard me in the previous videos that I added a stop loss in the middle of the candle because the candle looked good. And to do that and to have a fixed rule, first you need to backtest that every time you take a signal, the market does not come down in the body of the previous candlestick. This is good for S&P, and you're going to see me later in the S&P backtesting video that I'm going to do a full video on the stop loss reducing and collecting all the data and comparing the data. And I'm showing you that because you'll need to backtest this before you use it on any other asset. For now, the purpose of this course is the standard strategy. So just as a reminder, the standard strategy is you enter when the price closes above the moving average, and your stop loss has to be at the bottom of the candle. So this is it. Your stop loss is 1 point below the bottom of the candle. Your entry, it's here or above. This depends on your broker. And your exit is going to be according to your exit strategy indicator. You can reduce your stop loss just below the middle of the candlestick, so it should not go above. And in order to do that, as a rule, you can use this fib retracement tool that you have on every platform. So if you click on it, I'm going to show you this again in the backtesting video. You click once and you drag it up, and you can calculate Fibonacci ratios. And it's not about Fibonacci in here, it's just about the middle level between those 2 points. So it's the 0.5. And let's modify this tool very quick just to make it look a little better. So if I double click on it, we'll go to options, and I'm going to uncheck everything here. Only I'm going to leave the 0.5 level. And I'm going to leave the 0 level, the 1, and 0.5, and the middle. We can see it here. We can also uncheck the background colors. We don't need that. You can have prices or not. It depends if you want to see that exact number to use it. And the values and the levels, let's just use percentages, so it's 50%. I like to see that. Okay. And now in here, if I use this one, it's going to be with the new settings. And let's say that here we have a buy signal. With the standard strategy, the stop loss has to be below the candle, 1 point. So let's add this tool. And let's see that from backtesting, I've seen that the S&P does not come down often, very rarely. And I want to take the stop loss from here to the middle of the candle and apply the risk 1-2%, whatever it is, in a smaller portion so that the profits will be bigger. And to do that, we click on the Fibonacci tool, put it between the low of the candle and the high of the candle. And you can see that the middle of the candle is right here at the 50% level. And if we go again on the settings of this fib tool, because there are a few other settings, if we click here to extend lines right, it's going to extend the lines, so you can see it better. And in here, you wanna have the labels on the right also. Okay, now you see now it's much better. We have here the number 4199, and for the stop loss we can use 4198, so it's 1 point below. In here I can modify this, or I can move it by hand. So it's 4198. I'm going to delete this fib tool. You see that now the risk to reward, let's assume that this is where the indicator takes us out, just for the sake of the exercise. So it's 2.4, the risk to reward ratio. And if I move this below 4198, I'm gonna go here and refine it, the inputs, stop level, price 4198. This is the price. So this would be your stop loss at the entry level. You see it doesn't come down. And now the risk to reward ratio at the same level, it's 4.7. So this doubled. And this will not work on each asset. You want to backtest this how many times. Sometimes it's going to come down into the body of that candle. If you would have a stop loss below, that wouldn't be a loss, but if you have it here, it would be a loss. So you want to backtest how many times it does that. But you see the risk to reward ratio, it's way bigger, so it's probably that the wins are going to cover the other losses, but you want to backtest that to make sure, because believe me, there are assets that do that a lot, so probably that's not going to be a good idea in that asset. It's also very stressful. You can lose a lot of mental capital with those losses. So this is how you can do it. So the essential idea is to put your stop loss below the midpoint of that candle from the high to the low, and you want to do that when that candle is very big, and you want to make sure that the stop loss will always be below the moving average. So here, if you have an entry signal and the middle of the candle it's right on the moving average or above, you want to drag it a little lower. Just make sure it's below the moving average, even if the middle of it's more above. You want to respect the moving average at least. The same here. You see a signal, just want to, so you just reduce it just a little, so you'll have those several rules for your stop loss. But again, this is just an idea. This is not the standard strategy, just an idea that you need to backtest for each asset. So see you in the next video.